US President Donald Trump has unveiled what is called the Trump Gold Card. It is a highway for legal residency for any foreigner who wants to legally live and work in America. The only problem is you have to cough up to $1 million for this Trump Gold Card. It is much more expensive than the previous green card, but in the case of the Gold Card, you don't have to wait endlessly. You don't have to wait for years or decades to get the card. It can be granted in a matter of just a few weeks. But why would anyone pay $1 million just to live and work in America? That is the million-dollar question. The Trump administration this week has introduced an expedited path to American residency under the banner Trump Gold Card. The administration is now opening up applications for the Trump Gold Card, which is an expedited visa which the federal government will provide to anyone who is willing to pay at least $1 million. To apply for the card, people have to pay a non-refundable fee of $15,000 for processing, in addition to the $1 million to secure an American visa. After the applicants are vetted and approved by the Department of Homeland Security, they will then have to cough up the money to receive U.S. residency in record time. Thereby, they become lawful permanent residents in America. Unveiling the new Gold Card at the White House, a beaming President Trump framed it as a $1 million gift to enter the United States. He said it is evidence that these individuals will substantially benefit the U.S. An individual may also need to pay a small additional fee to the U.S. Department of State, depending on his or her circumstances. The website of the Trump Gold Card also provided a depiction of the card. It features a portrait of President Trump against the backdrop of an American flag and his signature under the words Trump Gold Card in all capital letters.
Very excitingly for me and for the country, we've just launched the Trump Gold Card, and all funds go to the United States government. Could be a tremendous amount of money. It'll also be able to have people like this keep, as an example, just one example, there are a lot of examples, people just buying them. It's somewhat like a green card, but with big advantages over a green card.
And it's not just individuals, even businesses can apply for a corporate gold card to sponsor their employees. Businesses will also have to pay the $15,000 processing fee and then $2 million for each employee who is approved for the card. But why on earth any firm would pay $2 million to hire a foreign worker and employ them in America? That is still an open question. The new program has been in the works for months. After previewing the Gold Card earlier this year, Trump signed an executive order back in September, which officially created the Gold Card program. Trump has framed it as a way for the government to raise billions of dollars and prioritize the admission of immigrants who would positively benefit America, including successful entrepreneurs, investors, and business folks. Some Democrats, though, have denounced the program. They have said it would unfairly prioritize the admission of wealthy individuals. America so far has prioritized highly skilled workers through the H-1 and L-1 programs, but the Trump administration now seems to be going back on that. The emphasis now seems to be on wealthy individuals, including investors who can invest $1 million into the United States. There have been additional restrictions on the so-called professional class visas as well. The website also previewed the creation of a platinum card. Now, this platinum card would basically allow foreign nationals to reside in the United States for up to 270 days a year. That's more than 2/3 every year. But the interesting clause here is they will not be subject to taxes in the United States for any income that they've earned abroad. Now, usually US citizens are taxed whether they earn income in the US or outside. Foreign nationals who are approved for this card, the Platinum Card, would have to pay $5 million in addition to the $15,000 processing fee. The administration has created a waiting list for the Platinum Card program. Again, there is simply no reason to believe why anyone would pay $5 million just to get legal entry into the United States.
So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land, train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here, $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board.
Subject to availability, applicants who are approved for the Gold Card will obtain legal status as an EB1 or an EB2 visa holder, which means they get to lawfully reside in America. Once the application and the fees are received, the process is expected to take a few weeks. It's going to be expedited. But officials also say that a small number of countries may have wait times up to a year based on visa availability. Now, in the past few weeks, the Trump administration has made sweeping changes to the legal immigration system in America. Federal officials have put on hold all immigration applications filed by nationals from 19 countries which are subject to travel bans imposed by President Trump. Now, most of these 19 countries are either in Africa or in the Middle East, but that list of 19 countries could be expanded to more than 30, according to the Homeland Secretary, Kristi Noem. They've also paused decisions on asylum applications and promised to review more than 50,000 asylum applications that were approved during the Biden administration. Those changes came after the shooting of 2 National Guard members in Washington last month. One of them is dead. Rahmanullah Lakhnwal, a 29-year-old Afghan national who received asylum just in April, has been charged in the attack. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. The Trump administration used and cited that shooting to justify putting mass immigration into America on hold. But whether or not there will be takers to cough up to $1 million just to legally enter and live and work in America, that is still a question worth $1 million.